Today I would like to show you a new way to create your packaging designs and your boxes for the Vulcan FC500 or FC700 flatbed cutters with a software called Pacdora. Pacdora is a web-based design system to create mock-ups and templates and die lines for packaging and many other things. They can also do t-shirt mock-ups, pouch mock-ups, iPhone mock-ups, whatever. But what we're looking for is box creations or box designs that we can then use with the Vulcan FC500 to actually produce them and to create our prototypes. Now, Pacdora is a completely web-based solution, so you pay a monthly price, which is currently at 26 euros per month, or you get it a lot cheaper if you subscribe yearly, so it's a subscription model. And Pacdora is available in several languages, so you can have it in English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, German, even Chinese, Indonesian. So many different languages are available. When you sign up for Pacdora, you can go into your workspace, and these are the designs that I've created before. And from the start page, you can also go here into the 5,000 editable mockups. So on the left, we have our navigation with all the different types of mockups that are available. For us, usually we are interested in boxes, and let's use a box with a window. For this tutorial, we want to create a small box where we can put an apple inside, just as a design sample. Of course, you would probably create your designs differently. So let's use this box with window and handle. So I just click edit when I have my basic design. And then here I can select which material I want. So typically we have white cardboard and not the flute material, of course. And here we already see how it's going to look like. So that's a nice preview of the whole design. Then we want to adjust our size. So this is a bit too big. So as we want to print on SRA3, we need to ensure that our size is not too big to be printed on SRA3. So let's do 80 by 80 by 70. And then we click apply. So here now we see how the box size has changed and should perfectly suit our apple. And now what I can do is it says here, upload your images. So I can just upload my own artwork. So just click here and then I can upload artwork. Actually, I've already have some artwork in here that I've created before. For example, here we have, as an example, a woman biting into an apple, which we can use here. And yeah, in order to create those designs, actually I used an AI generator. We used, here we have the Snow White. I used the Flux AI. You might have heard of that. That's quite a good image generator. And personally, I used a service called Replicate. So with Replicate, you have access to many different AI generation models, and you can just enter your prompt here. And for example, I want to have a woman eating an apple. Create a new image, and then within a few seconds it will create your image. As you can see from these images here, it's not always perfect. So obviously AI doesn't know the actual size of an apple in relation to a face. And this one looks quite okay. So here the size was fit properly. So I can just download it, and then we can use it in our design. So I can add the image here. For example, and then again, we have our woman biting into an apple. Let's put her on this side, for example. And here we already have a small preview of how our box will look like. So there we can get our design for the apple box. Here I've said I want like an exploding star. That was the prompt. So I can use that to have it around the hole inside. And of course I can also design the inside. So if I have the inside of the box, so that's the outside, and now I have the inside. So here, if I want to have an apple on the back side, I can just put it here to make it a bit smaller. We'll put it here on the inside. So now we can see on our box how it will look if I look inside from the outside. And of course what I can also do is apply some elements. So here we have elements, and we also have so-called inspirations. We can just add a pattern on the box, which will then be everywhere where there's no other image that we've put on it. So for this case, maybe let's use another pattern like this one here, which can be quite nice, or anything like that. And also there's inspirations, so where we can create some sample packaging. For example, I want to add a seal like this here on top. Oh, come on, need to add the whole thing. Then yeah, it's just the background actually, but yeah, I can apply it here. Now here we can see if I put it there, we won't see much of it because it will be on the inside. So that's not a good position to put this whole thing. So we can just delete that here, and yeah, put one, for example, on the inside, on the bottom. Let's take this here, just add this. So usually you just use it for your mockups. So, and for this it's okay. So now we can see it now the inside has this graphic here. Also with the elements we can add some standard shapes, and of course we can also add some text easily. So if I want to add a text here, so I want to say it's a fresh apple, and then I can just move it wherever I want. It's a bit hard to read here, but yeah, let's put it on this position. And now here I can see the preview of my text. I can do it a different color so it's better to read. As I said, all this is an example. It's not a perfect packaging design. Also, we have many different logos here that we might require to be put on. Also some social media logos and some text combinations. So again, this is all just for inspirations and for ideas. Now, we finished our packaging here. So one thing I want to do is save it now from the editor. After saving it, I will get back here. So this was the image, sorry. It goes back here. I think it's not really correct here. So I'm quite sure that it made a mistake. So what I'm going to do is just reload the page. And usually it's correcting its errors. Yeah, it does. So now we have our 3D design here. Now we can see how it looks like. As I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. But now we have a design. And next thing, of course, we want to make this design a reality and a real product, a real mock-up. So for this, we have this button here on the top called Super Export. So just click on Super Export. And now I can select if I want just an image or even a video. I can create a video where you it's shown how it's being folded, which can of course be interesting for potential customers. Or what I want is a die line, of course. So I want CMYK mode, format AI. So I export now. Now it will create our artwork file, which contains the die lines too. So it takes a couple of seconds to create the export. So now it's downloading. And if we go to Illustrator, I can now just open my file. And where do we go? File, okay, tag and box variations, that's the name I gave it. And now we always have a few pages here which contain the die lines and the inside and the outside. What we want or what we require is, of course, the first page, which is the outside, and then the same for the inside, as we want to print on that as well, or if we want to do that. So first, let's only import the first page, which is this one. So here we can remove all this, which we don't need. And now in the layers, I can see different groups. So we only want to print the print, of course. And then we have three vectors. So one is the bleeding. That's where we can have the print up to the bleeding. Then we have the cut, and then we have the crease line. So I create a new layer here, and I call it, as usual with SignCut, SC-Pro2_contours. Deactivate the print option, as we don't want this printed. Now we can add our, we can delete the bleed, we don't need that. But now I've just moved the cutting and creasing lines in that layer. So if I deactivate here, we can still have the cutting and creasing lines, and here we have the print only. Now next thing we need is add our registration marks for the Vulcan FC700. So I click create here, and now we've got the Vulcan together with the QR code and the registration marks. Now what we can do is just print this, now let's open the original file again. And now we want the backside, which is this one. So we always want the version with the graphic and the artwork together. Again, we remove this. We do the same here. Put it into a new layer. SC-Pro2_contours. Okay. Move the cutting and creasing into the SC-Pro2_contours layer. Yeah, actually we don't even need this here. We only need the print to be on the right position, of course, because we are printing, so we can delete that because we're printing on the back side and cutting and creasing from the front. So that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so this is just our file that we need to print on the back of the same paper. So we just first print this one and then put it back into the printer and print on the back. Yeah, and now we're ready to go. So I'm going to print, selecting our OKI Pro, and then do all the setup. So we have SRA3, and then here the setup, we can do our adjustments and then just print. And then next thing we need to do is, of course, create our file for the Vulcan machine. So we do that here in SignCut. So just click Send to SignCut. And if I open the SignCut software now, here we have our design with the registration marks, which we can now easily send to the Vulcan FC700 to cut out and crease our just printed file. And yeah, there we go with the box. Now here we are printing on our OKI machine. First the page with the registration marks, so the QR code, and then we have to turn it around and put it in again to print on the back side. And you have to make sure that you put it in the right way. Now up next we put it into our Vulcan machine, have the QR code scanned, provided that we're using a hot folder solution. And then it will automatically start creasing and cutting the file. So now it's doing that at higher speed than usual, so we're showing this video double the actual speed, but it's still quite fast to produce this box. And now when it's finished cutting, we can simply take it out, fold our box, and put the apple inside. So here we have our mobile apple box. Also made a quick shot to show you how it looks without the apple. So that will be this way. And that's the way how to actually produce boxes using the Pacdora software and the Vulcan machine. Thanks for watching.